admire people who were born and blessed with this natural rhythm and a natural talent. But when I hear that, you took lessons and you were thinking, oh, I want to do a little different, and then, so I'll just pick up a guitar. For you, this was not really a thought of, I wonder if I could play that. You're a natural talent. You have a natural gift. But I don't see that you see that yourself.
No, not that way. I actually don't really know why I went for piano at all in the beginning. It was something, but we didn't have a piano or anything. We actually borrowed, rented, bought finally the piano from my aunt.
Okay.
The piano, it's like, I'm living in an apartment, can't really have a piano here, so.
It was kind of before the day of keyboards being a big deal.
Yeah, I do remember buying the first keyboard, like a small Casio thing, which then became a little bit bigger, and which is pretty funny because I still today don't really like keyboards in that way. Well, I mean, you have keyboard players who know everything about the sounds and the MIDI and the patches, and I hate that.
Okay.
I use a lot of it, synthesizers, stuff like that, but usually just, next sound, oh, this is good sound. I'm not going to change the sound and work too much with the sound. So it's never really been my thing. But for some reason I just kept on playing piano. I think that's kind of the thing that I ran out of ambition. If you play, you say if you release on page 9, and I've been doing it for 6 years, and I'm still playing Purely, that means it's not really moving on. Probably the teacher was going like, Chris, didn't we talk about this last week?
Well, I just learned the key of G, because I enjoyed that moment of just learning to play a G.
Yeah.
You're way beyond that.
Now I am.
But are there occasionally certain riffs or certain keys or certain sounds that just on one moment it'll still freeze you and you'll think, that was really a beautiful note.
It's one of my, which I said, I usually go from sound to sound to sound, and if I sit in the studio I have a lot of software synthesizers. And just go through sound, just finding inspiration also. And I just found a sound, and I can be playing with that sound, just improvising and going on for like 2 hours. Just, this sound sounds so good. I want to keep on doing. I have to make a song with this sound sometime,
Yeah.
So that definitely.
And let's see. Your mom was in choir, so maybe that has a bit of an influence of your mixing and mashing of. Classical as well as a bit of choir music in the background and female vocalists with the most beautiful sopranos. Where do you find these lovely voices?
Facebook, internet. No. Sweden has a good musical education. Okay. That's first of all. So you can actually start learning an instrument at the age of 9. Just
at school.
At school.
Okay. America does that as well. How long?
Usually you have to take it in a break. It's like a 20-minute lesson. You start with a 20-minute lesson. Yeah. So you have like the basic instruments. The guys usually go for guitar or piano, and the girls have the flute. The flute or the violin. Stuff like that. And that's how you kind of start and build up and see where you're going to go with it. And that's when I started playing piano. My brother started playing guitar, and he kept on playing that guitar. Yeah.
They stuck me with the tambourine.
There you go. Which is good.
Only needed one hand.
Yeah. And then you have choirs in school. You have school choirs. So you keep on doing that, and you have musical education. When I was done, as I said, when I started taking music a bit more serious at the age of 14, you go to school, you have basic school until you're 15, and then you have to pick kind of like a path to go.
A career, yeah.
Pick a career.
Yeah, when you're 14, like you have a clue.
Yeah. So my idea before that was to do science. I wanted to do science, and I had just put so much energy into the last year at school. And it's like, you know what, I really like this music thing. This first year you can actually try out music. They had it before, my brother did that, we had to go to another town to do that.
Like a career stream, sort of.
Yeah,
like
career stream.
Yeah, yeah.
So he went to that music education, so he moved actually away from home when he was 15, 16, for 3 years to that education. They changed the old school system just the 2 years before that, and it was like every city should have their own education. So they just opened this. I was a first year student on that one, so we were the guinea pigs of everything.
And do they still have?
They still have.
Do they still invest in the arts?
Yeah, they started. They call the aesthetical program,
Nice.
which was music, theater, and art.
Nice.
So you could choose either 3 of those. With the final, the grand finale, the 3 of us working together, we did a musical. So I said, like, you know, I'm going to do that 3 years, and after that, I'm going to take. You can do like an extra year, because in Sweden you still have to, no matter what you choose, you have like the basics. You still have to do math and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so that it's a full high school program, but it specializes in
you have
the music and arts.
I think we had like 8 hours a week to do something specialized.
Okay.
So if you go science, you have extra hours
of science.
Yeah. Whatever that could be, and it's pretty wide.
Okay.
So we had the normal ones, you know, with the Swedish lessons, English lessons, and
math and all that
kind of stuff. Yeah, and then we had extra music.
Okay.
So I was not going to do that, and then I think 1 year, go back and do the extra science stuff. You can do like a compromise into 1 year, and then I'll be back with those guys. But meanwhile, I joined constellation, and hey, music is more fun than I thought, you know. So that's kind of how I rolled into that whole music